Hello, hola, hola, hola. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Today we got a really, really special guest today. The one and only, the legend herself, Patsy Torres. Dr. Patsy Torres is going to be joining us today. I want to take this opportunity real quick to remind you that I'm going to be here at the Toys for Tejanitos in San Antonio, the third annual, on November 24th. That's coming up, and we're going to be there. There's going to be lots of stuff for you there. The guest MC is going to be Bumper from Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. The award-winning podcast, the Puro Pedo Talk Show, is also going to be there. There's going to be some bands that are going to be performing, like Conjuntos Cats, Grupo de Tal, Vinny Tovar, Ronnie T, Los Brothers, Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. Actually, we're going to talk to them on Thursday. And Grupo Espada. Not to mention, they're going to have a great meet and greet earlier during the day with people like with celebrities like Sari Salceda and Angelica and Tweet from Grupo Moneda, Venero Leo, Sammy Torres, Joe Jada. I know Joanna Ray is going to be there, and I'll be there too. So go ahead and make plans to make it there November 24th. And it's going to be at 106 VFW Boulevard there in San Antonio, Texas. Well, with that being said, let me go ahead and run that intro so that we can bring Miss Patsy Torres on. It goes like this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing, Miss Patsy
I'm
Torres?
doing good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for coming on the show. I really do
I love
appreciate
your intro. I'm like, wow.
it. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's
And you're so good at what you do.
well, thank you so very much. I like to make sure that I set myself apart, and like I've told you before, part of my deal, part of my plan, or part of the way that my modus operandi is to make sure that you enjoy yourself so much that you want to come back, and that's really kind of the way I want it to.
Yes.
But yes, so how have you been, by the way? How was your weekend?
Very good, very busy. I've been doing a lot of appearances. I was at Texas State University speaking to the Latinas Unidas there.
Hmm.
And then I also I worked with a new, well, it's not a new organization, but a very strong organization here in San Antonio called the Libre Initiative, where it helps Latinos and Latinas.
Hmm.
And so we did a presentation over there too. And of course, the Tejano Music Awards coming up this weekend.
That's right. They're coming up, and I was just talking earlier about the Toys for Tejanitos that I'm going to be there this weekend as well. I'm going to attend the awards and then stay for that, and then I'm going to do a couple more things there in San Antonio. But I haven't gotten all the details. Right. But yeah, that's it. That's for Ford. Muscle Luis says, "What's up, Patsy? How are you doing?" But yeah, it's exciting to be there. You've got some other stuff coming up yourself. I know that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here it is.
The Patsy Cline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Patsy Tour is a tribute to Patsy Cline. It's coming up on Saturday night, November the 30th,
Yes.
and it's at Texas Pride Barbecue and Honky Tonk presents Miss Dr. Patrick Torres as Patsy Cline, and you can get your tickets there at Texas Pride Barbecue. .net. Yeah, there you go. Or you can call 210-649-3730.
Yes.
So just so you know, get that.
Perfect. Yeah, the name of the program is called Sweet Dreams of Patsy. And I'm also going to be celebrating my birthday that night.
Well, happy early
So I'm going
birthday.
to be like, party.
Right? Yeah. It's interesting because that's kind of like the life we live, isn't it? That where
Yeah, that we have to work, right?
we always have to work, and I actually had a conversation with an aspiring artist, and I was like, I don't think I've had a Thanksgiving in like 20 years.
Wow.
I mean, we celebrate Thanksgiving the day before. It's always the day before, but like the
You
Thanksgiving Day,
do.
Thanksgiving Day is always because it's always a work day because everybody comes in after Thanksgiving dinner. They all want to do something, and then Friday, of course, is always a big thing because people are out of town. They want to go and celebrate because they're out there for the weekend and stuff like that. So it's always something, and so that and New Year's Eve. I haven't had a New Year's Eve
Oh
in
yeah, New Year's
like,
Eve.
like
Well,
35 years.
Thanksgiving, I donate my time to it's called the Jimenez Thanksgiving Sharing, and they've been doing it, gosh, I think for decades, I think. So I donate my time there in the morning, and then later on, to go be with the family for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's the life that we live. That's what but it's sharing our love and giving a little bit of joy to those people that support us. Lucy Lopez says, hello,
Hey,
Indy Torres. How are you
Lucy,
doing? Glad to see you, sister.
my girl Lucy.
I know. Lucy, you didn't answer my text. Just kidding. Well,
You're
I was,
next to her or what?
no, I was supposed to get back with her with, I'm trying to book an artist that she's associated with. So Fred says, I'm definitely excited for the tribute for November 30th this year. So
Do I
apparently,
see you there, Fred?
yeah, he's going to be there. So that's good. And Lucy says, happy early birthday, Miss Patsy Torres. So
Oh, thank you.
that's
She's so
nice.
sweet.
Yeah. Now we talked about the Tejano Music Awards, but you've got some award nominations yourself, and it's,
Well, I am up for Song of the Year and Female Vocalist, and I will be presenting. I'll be a presenter also that
yeah.
night.
So you've got quite a bit of everything going there. So it's awesome to see that you're still so very active, especially when there's been some females that have stepped away. That like Ellie, that has decided to step away and everything else. But you
Well,
know,
I don't. I'm not sure if Elliot's really going to do that. Look at how many times Mafia stepped away. They've been stepping away for 10 years.
this is true, and they actually played last week. So the week before, so, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's gonna work.
But I'm hoping Elliot doesn't like really retire.
Yeah,
Still need our girls out there.
yeah,
The ones
no,
that are
no,
showing the younger ones how to do it, and
yeah,
just still keeping that path warm for them.
yeah, no, most definitely, and I know you're an inspiration to a lot of people. And actually, when I was telling people that you were going to come on the show, we talked about your school program that you had,
Yeah.
and and how you inspired so many young females that are in the business right now, that they actually saw you, in one of the schools and everything else. So that's pretty cool. That
And guys too. That's what really surprised me. That there was a lot. In fact, or one of them that told me was Jesse Turner from
uh
Signal. He
yeah.
saw me at his school, and he said he inspired me when he told me. I wanted to cry. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, it's cool though. You don't realize, where, how you affect people. It's that's also can also be a curse as well, because you have to understand how you relate to people, because
Yeah.
they do take things that you say.
I've always tried to be very careful. I guess because I was the oldest of five, and my
Mhm.
parents instilled in me how important it was that I was influencing my younger siblings. So I
Yeah,
always had to be very aware of what I was doing. And so right in the beginning, once I started becoming known, I was very responsible for the image I gave, and the messages I would give. I mean, I'm sure I messed up here or there, said something, but I tried my best
well,
to
it's
be
kind of,
positive.
yeah, it kind of, sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, because you're being pulled left and right. Management's pulling you this way, and fans are pushing you that way. The band is like, hey, we got to get on stage. And so you kind of get a little exacerbated of what's going on. So it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
Uh, it's Tejano Time says, shout out from DFW. Enjoy getting to know Dr. Patsy last week and more tonight. Yes.
Hey, it's my guys, Tejano time, buddy.
Yeah,
My
buddy.
buddy. And
That's
where's
the
Nemo?
right. Nemo, he's probably asleep. You know how Nemo is. At 8 o'clock,
Oh,
he's
and my little sister Beatriz Rojas.
yeah, Beatriz from
Oh,
Beatriz.
I
Thank you so
I've
much.
known her since she was a little girl. She is a powerhouse.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
she
you.
says you are an inspiration to me. Norma Salazar, how are you doing, sweetheart? She says, hello, how are you doing?
Hi, Norma.
And so Lucy says, Indio's still working on it and will text. Thank you so very much, Lucy.
You're in trouble.
No, I was just kidding. And she's like, already, oh, okay, sorry. Maria Victoria Perez, she says, Dr.
Hey,
Pat.
Vicky. Hi, Vicky.
So, yeah, so it's cool that, people are chiming in. And yeah, actually, Buddy called me and he's like, hey, do you got anything that you want me to ask, Patsy Torres? And I was like, no.
Buddy had done this research on me, and like he showed me the papers real thick, but we ran out of time.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, but I was like, dude, I got to save some stuff to me. I have her next week. But
He's funny, man. Buddy's funny.
yeah, but he's a great guy. He's
Yeah.
we have Tejano Connects together, and we did a soft release during the the Tejano convention over there in Vegas, and essentially what we're doing is we're pulling all of the information for all the different artists, so that way the fans can come to one location and get all of it, because some artists are
All
more
right.
active they're more active in Facebook, some of them are more active in Twitter, and some in Twitch and all these other ones. So if we can centralize all the
TikTok.
information,
Yeah.
and that way it makes it easier for them to just be in one place at one time and get everything that they need.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a huge endeavor. It's a lot of input and everything else. And both of us are nerds, so we both we we can do the work of
But
it.
it means a lot when you look up research on us, because you can really ask us the kind of questions that someone that doesn't know anything about us doesn't ask. Because when they don't know anything, they ask the same
It's
questions.
very redundant.
And everybody hears the same stuff, and that's the difference with Buddy and with you.
Thank
You've always been like that. And Buddy was, well, we had fun. He had D on there. D Burleson
Oh
came on.
yeah, because y'all went to school together. Yeah, that's y'all were in a band together. Actually, what was the name of
Yeah,
the?
we were in Blue Harmony together. So
That's
we
right.
love teasing each other.
Yeah,
That was fun.
that was, and people don't realize, like yesterday. I mean, yesterday, earlier during last week, I had talked to Miguel Hernandez, and when he started, he was like 14 years old when he started out, and here he is, 20 years later, and people are like, he's a new guy, and he's not new. He's just new to you. You
He
know,
played with me for so many years.
yeah, he's
You
got.
knew that, right?
Yeah. Well, I knew that he had played with you, but I didn't know how long though. But I do know that he did, and and that's one of the things that the whole purpose of this is so that way people can get to know you better and be more acclimated at requesting your music, because they have an understanding of who you are, not only who you are, but the meaning of behind some of the songs that you have. So it means more, and they're more apt to
Yes.
request it.
What's funny, just I want to say something real quick about Miguel, is
Oh.
that this was back in the 90s when we were doing Fiesta Texas. And I always get my guys to do crazy stuff, like my last video, Noticias Falsas. All the
Mhm.
characters in the video are my band members dressed up. So what we did was we did a Halloween special, and I had him dress up as La Llorona, and he was in a big giant white dress,
Oh my god.
and he was holding a baby and singing, and I made him, and he did it. I said, "Hey, can you do this?" Well, we call him Chris. He goes, "Can you do it?" And he was like, "Okay." I
Wow.
don't think
Now
he'd do it now.
now I have something to go against him with. I'll be in San
Can you
Antonio.
imagine him in a big
I
white
know he's tall too.
gown?
Yeah, he's like 5'11", almost 6 feet tall. So
I know it was so funny because we made it funny because we didn't want to scare the kids. It was Halloween. It's
yeah.
family night, so we just did real fun things. We had a chupacabra. Alec from 360, Alec Gomez, he
I
was
like.
a chupacabra. He was a chupacabra, and they were my dancers too. So I always had them doing characters, and well, that
Yeah.
was the fun of it. Alex was with me over 8 years.
Yeah. Oh wow. He's and right now he's with well
Sunny,
with Sunny. Both of them are with
yeah,
Sunny. Yeah. And Miguel's son Miguelito, he's also playing drums for Sunny.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's just a kid, and I remember meeting him, and he was tiny, and And now I'm like, oh my gosh, he's as tall as his dad. He's getting
Well,
spot.
the way that we keep Tejano music going is when the parents get the kids into the music,
Mm-hmm.
and get them listening to the music. That's
Definitely.
how the kids, because once the kids hear it and see it, then they feel that connection in the culture. But when they're just, you know, dry from it and don't get to see it or hear it, then they go on to country or hip hop or pop or
Yeah,
whatever, rap.
definitely. Daniel Garcia, hey, how are you doing, brother? He's joining the show. And
Oh,
Elvira Cavazos, how are you doing?
Elvira, my sister. Saludos, Elvira. Elvira does wonderful promotions. I don't know if you saw the cover she did for us. Uh,
Um,
she does great. Uh, she has a wonderful magazine and she does these beautiful covers.
oh,
And I would tell any artist to contact Elvira about getting in that magazine. And she does a beautiful centerfold too.
yeah. I used to have Tejano Talk, the magazine, and that was mine. And I
Hers
had
used to be Tejano Times. Remember that one?
yeah,
That was hers.
yeah. Mine was Tejano Talk, and it was I think I had like some 33,000 in circulation, weekly circulation, so it was a lot.
I think, was I on your magazine?
Yeah, you were.
I'm pretty sure I was. I wonder if I have it.
Oh, I know you were because I put
Well, I
you on.
wonder if I have it because I do have a lot of people would save magazines and give them to me. So I wonder if I have it.
I have no idea, but I know I covered Lubbock, Odessa, Midland, Big Spring, San Angelo, and Abilene. That's and Del Rio. So that was
Nice.
my distribution area, which was pretty cool. Let's see here. Music Beat Tejano Rhythms magazine says
That's
happy
yes.
early birthday. So
That's
yeah,
that's the name. That's the name of her magazine
yeah,
that used to be Tejano Times.
there you go. So,
You're
but yeah,
welcome, Elvira.
that's cool. Thank you. Put us
You,
down where we can get it, so that way we can go ahead and share it with everybody, so we can
yeah,
see.
she has a website too. Put your website on there, Elvira.
Yeah, send it to me so that way we can share it real quick and
Then you
everything.
can see the great job she did on mine. She did so good,
Yeah.
and she books me too.
Oh yeah,
You can
that's
call
pretty.
her for bookings.
Yeah, because actually I have this for your bookings. So first of all, if you want to get Patsy's merch, there is the QR code up there in the corner for the merch store. Go ahead and click on that one. It's going to take you to the merch store. And then also I have another QR code right there for the official website of Patsy Torres. And you can
Very cool.
buy the music. Now I'll tell you something that's interesting. This just happened just recently, and it's a because I'm always, me, I always follow news. I always, do all this other stuff. But the um, the big stink right now is with car companies, because car companies, they don't you can't put in extra part. You can't replace parts yourself, because whenever you repair a car, it has to be reallocated. And if you don't have parts that come from the company themselves, then
Wow.
it won't let your car work. It'll give you a deficiency. That's why they you have to take your car in to the dealership to get it
To the
fixed
dealer.
for the new cars. That's what's been happening for the past 3 or 4 years. There's a lawsuit that's going out to try to stop that, because then they're taking away your right to fix your own car. And in your owner's manual, if you have a new car, look inside your owner's manual, and it will tell you that you're technically you're leasing the technology, so you don't really own the car, because even though you're paying for it, in order to keep it operating, you have to have that license, that leasing license, which is kind of.
I have to say that the big corporations, they just keep slamming us,
Mhm.
and they're making record profits.
Well,
And
that's the whole point. What happened last year or the year before last with Apple Music. They got into an argument with Columbia Records. Columbia Record pulled all of their music, so everybody that bought music from Columbia through iTunes, their music was taken away, even though you paid for it, thinking that
wow.
it's yours. It's not. You're only paying to use it, to stream it. That's all you're paying for. So that's why I say go to Patsy's website, pay for it there, and guess what? It's yours. then you don't have to worry about it's just a lease. Technically, you're not buying anything. You're just buying the opportunity to listen to it whenever you want to, as opposed to when you buy it from the artist, you're
Yeah, you
getting.
go to my website, which is patsytorres.com. You can download a single, you can download the whole album, or you can buy the CD, and we don't have to worry about it going to all these streaming platforms.
Correct, and it'll be yours. That's the key thing. It will be yours to
And we
have.
can sign merchandise too, we
Yes,
can personalize it.
yes, that's
And I
right.
even have a karaoke CD
Yes,
available on my website. So if you want to sing my songs, you can buy my karaoke CD.
I was actually going to bring that up. I was like, I saw a karaoke thing that you had on here. So,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at right now. You've got tote bags, you got T-shirts, you've got the vintage posters, and
I have a few cassettes left,
yeah,
just a few.
those are rare, girl. Those are rare. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
you know, they're really hard to come by. Tangibility has a lot to do with it. Your Christmas album, I have your Christmas album. I don't have it here with me, but I do have the Christmas album. So you do have a Christmas album. You
And I
actually,
still love my Christmas album because I love Christmas.
yeah. I'm surprised Hilda wasn't able to make it today because she's a big
I
Christmas.
was wondering where Hilda was.
Yeah, she was unable to make it today. She texted me like 20 minutes ago. She's like, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do it. So if you want to get music
And
beat,
I know we kind of did this at the last minute, and I thank you for arranging it because we actually had a different date.
yeah,
And I had to say, no, I have to move it. And he goes, well, I could move it forward and we could do it Monday. I was like, let's do it. Thank
yeah.
you.
No, it's that's what we're here for. Musicbeatmagazine.net. If you want to get
Very
Music
good.
Tejano Rhythm Magazine, you can go to musicbeatmagazine.net, and that's where you're going to be able to find it. So there you go.
Yeah.
And Beatriz says we have her albums. Oh yeah, I have.
Beatriz knows my songs. She's
Mhm,
able to sing my songs. We just sang together. What was it on veteran? Well, just before Veterans Day. Yeah, it was a special tribute, and she
mhm.
jumped up and sang with me. So she sang "Vive con Ganas" with me.
That's and that's been your signature song, and it's a great song. And
Thank you.
I remember we were talking about it when it first came out, and but you've always put good music out there. I've always been a fan of Noticias Faltas, that, but
Thank you.
that Vive con Ganas is pretty awesome, and I'm
Thank you.
glad that you're getting that recognition, because once again it just reaffirms what we all believe that you are, because sometimes these nominations, I don't know where they come from sometimes, and you're like,
Yeah, I know. I
and
don't
so,
have my hopes up, but I'm
yeah,
going to be there because I'm going to be presenting, and I get to see all my fellow artists and friends. And Beatriz will be there. You'll be there,
mhm,
and that's when we get to really hang out and say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I don't know if Elita is going to be there. I know Stephanie Montiel's going to be there, so I'll see her there.
yeah,
Laura Linda's going to be there. Savannah's going to be there. I just saw Savannah yesterday. So this is when we get to see each other.
yeah, get to see each other and hang out, and that's having that camaraderie is really awesome, that y'all have that that the cohesiveness, and it's not necessarily a me against you kind of thing like it was back in the early 80s. It was like, oh no, I got to take care of me, because
Yes,
it was
nobody would help me.
it was
They were just
hard.
like, "Go away, little girl.
You're like,
Go
no, wait,
away, little girl."
right. Beatriz says, you've been doing it with, yes, I've been doing it with you for a long time. She showed me on stage presence. She showed me stage presence. Yeah, that's true. You have a
Yeah.
wonderful stage presence, and that's
Actually, I call her Sweet Bee. That's my name for her.
sweet.
So if you want to call her Sweet Bee,
Rudy Gutierrez says that Patsy is the best, proud of her sax player, and so proud
Randy.
to be her proud to be her sax player. Rather,
Oh,
sorry.
let me tell you, Randy. He's smooth when he does his solos. So proud of you, Randy.
Yeah, that's you need to see Patsy live is what you need to do, and so that way you can enjoy the show and see how well cultivated her show is. Beatriz says one thing she told me that has always stuck with me is when she said, "Look over the crowd and give 100%, whether it's one person or thousands of people, to always
Yeah.
give the show. Yeah.
Always push yourself. Whichever performance you're doing, you push it and you do your best. And then the next performance, it's even a little better and a little better. Like even the Patsy Cline show, I want to make it better. Every time I do it, I go, okay, that was okay. How can I make it better? What can I do? So, every time I do the show, it's going to be a little different. So I'm excited about doing the Patsy Cline show because every time I do it, especially the older people. They're coming. They're like, "Oh, I just love what the way you sang. You look like her. You sounded like her. I was crying with that song." I'm like, "Thank you."
You're supposed to have an accent. Remember in the Selena,
Oh, I'm.
you had an accent like this.
I know. And then the girl looked a lot older than when I was back then. It was pretty crazy. But at least they mentioned me, all right?
Yeah, at least you got to do. Thank you so very much for. Thank you both for your support. Of course,
Thank
that's
you, Elvira.
the only way we
I'll
can level.
thank her for her support.
Yeah, thank you for your support. Yeah, the only way we can level up is together. For sure.
Dora, oh, I haven't seen her in a while. Hi.
Patsy, how are you? And
Thank you.
she says she puts on an amazing show, one of a kind.
Oh,
And
thank
that
you.
shows longevity. I've always mentioned the fact that yeah, you can have a really great song, but have it consistently. When you are constantly working, that shows your longevity. When you have longevity, that means you really have something really good that people want to hear. It's not it's not it's not just one song. It's more than
Yeah,
one.
I'm booked in December too with a bunch of Christmas shows that I'm
Mhm.
going to be doing, and one's going to be at a church also. But
Mhm.
a lot of special a gala, Christmas gala, some private Christmas shows, and it's fun. I enjoy what I do, So I play for a living.
Yeah, and you know what? That's interesting because I actually mentioned it a while back um, when I was talking to David Lee Garza, and it was like when the whole COVID thing kind of lifted up
Oh
and
yeah.
we were allowed to travel and everything else. And I asked him how he was dealing with that, and he's like, what's really really hard after spending 2 years at home and not being on the road is trying to justify getting back in the bus for 8 hours just to play for 2 hours and then drive back. And it was just he
Wow.
was like he really had to push himself to do because he was enjoying his time at home, and it was
Yeah.
he had been on the road for so long he hadn't had a time for a break, and then he has a break and then he's like, "Ooh, do I want to go back?" But the call of the fans, the crowd,
Yeah.
music eventually got him back, and that's why he's
They
doing
don't
it.
let you quit.
I don't want to let you go, but definitely that's the one thing. And Dorelia says, "Hey Patsy, hello Patsy, I am doing okay, and thank you." So
Good.
that's good to
Good,
hear.
sister.
So with your, I know we've already mentioned this thing that you have going with Patsy Cline.
Hmm.
That's going to be your show that's coming up here on the 30th. And I do want to remind people that's the QR code up in the corner is for Patsy's merch. But let's go ahead and take a listen to your song. Let's listen to real quick to Dime, Desde Mi Primer.
Desde mi primer aliento. Yes.
Listen to that song because it's one of my favorite ones from the album. And
Thank you.
so that way it gives people just a taste. If you haven't already heard the entire album, this is one of the songs that's on there, and you can enjoy yourself and get motivated to go out there and buy the album.
Thank you.
So this is the Patsy, and so it goes like
And
this.
I wrote this one, of course.
You did, yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah. I was trying to remember which one you also told me,
Well,
and
oh no, ya no hay amor.
uh
That one. It's got that little 60s
yeah,
feel to it.
yeah. And I was like, oh, look at that, and you have both in English and in Spanish, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and take a listen to the song. We'll be right back after this.
Desde mi primer aliento estabas a mi lado. Eso. mi gran cuidador. Respiré tu gracia, Señor. Oh, desde mi primer paso me tomaste de la mano y me pusiste de pie. Luego caminé con tu ayuda divina por ley. Gracias, Señor, por amarme, por sanarme y consolarme. Tú eres el poder que me libra del mal, ahora y hasta el final. Gracias, Señor, por salvarme. Te confesé y me perdonaste. La verdad es que has estado conmigo en todo momento, desde mi primer aliento. A medida que crecía, el éxito me distraía, me alejé de ti y todo perdí, pero no te olvidaste de mí, no me olvidaste. Jesús, me llenas de alegría, te amo y te dedico mi vida, me das propósito y te prometo yo seguiré el buen camino. Gracias, Señor, por amarme, por sanarme y consolarme. Tú eres el poder que me libra del mal, ahora y hasta el final. Gracias, Señor, por salvarme. Te confesé y me perdonaste. La verdad es que has estado conmigo en todo momento, desde mi primer aliento. Siempre a mi lado, desde mi primer aliento.
I like that.
Very
No,
good.
my faith is my foundation, Lawrence. It's very, very important to me. I mean, since I was 5 years old, my grandparents, taught me, introduced me to God, and Jesus is my savior. I know everyone needs to hold on to their faith. My personal faith is Jesus.
Yeah, and that's wonderful because you do have a Christian album. I don't know if a lot of people do know that you do have a Christian album that you released,
Yes,
and so that's also on your. It should be on your story for
it is. It is.
to get
And I,
there.
I I have a ministry too that I perform with the Tejanos for Christ, which we did a performance just a couple months ago. It went great with Renee,
Mm-hmm.
El Mero Mero with Renee.
Yeah, it's funny because I interviewed him for the documentary on Tejano legends that I've been working on, and he was one of the interviews that I did. And it was just he's got an amazing story. And
He
it's
does.
just, the history and how he got the name Rene and all this other stuff. It's pretty cool. And one of the few performers on American Bandstand. Just the
Just him and Sonny.
yeah, him and
Yeah.
son. Yeah. And well, you're. I was telling Buddy, I was like, her music video was on MTV.
Yeah.
So don't
That was so cool.
yeah, name somebody else who's got that one.
I don't
Nobody.
know if Buddy's looked it up yet. It's on YouTube though. You can see it. It's called Lover to Lover.
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can get. I know
What?
I have it because I got everything. I do.
And I have my Trans Am is in the video, and I had two unicorns painted on it because I loved unicorns, horses and unicorns. So you
Wow.
have this fancy Trans Am and then these unicorns on the side.
I used to do airbrush and stuff like that. And when I was younger, I don't know 16, 17 years old, and man, I did so many Virgin Marys on cars,
Ooh.
and but it was what they wanted here. Hold on, just a sec. Check this out. Wow.
Oh, there's my car. Oh, you can't see when you look phone. It's right in the front. Oh, yeah.
I've got a feeling that won't let up. There's something wrong and I don't know
And
what.
see, we're in complete compliance of the obligatory 80s hair.
The what?
The obligatory 80s hairdo, the big hair in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, 80s. That was like, it was hard. You're like, like,
It's like one or two cans of spray.
yeah.
See, now if you want to see the rest, you're gonna have to go and check it out on YouTube. Go to her YouTube, and it'll be there, and you'll be able to
There
see
you
the
go.
music video. And be sure you like and subscribe because she puts up stuff all the time. So there you have it there. And so Beatriz says, "Amen, sister." And
Huh?
so, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Sweet Pea and I are planning to do a duet.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I know. I
Thank you, Vivian.
you're a poodle party with Michelle Child.
Yes.
That did really well for you last year. I
That's
know.
another sister of mine, Michelle Shell, man. We have a blast together.
I played a
And
lot.
making the video. We had a lot of fun there.
That's right, y'all. It looks like y'all were having fun. Bobby Casineda, how are you doing from California? He says, "Hello, Indio.
Hi, Bobby.
Awesome song. It's very uplifting and edifying."
Thank you.
Yeah, and because you did have your when you would go to schools, the whole purpose was to try to keep kids in school, and you do have
And
an
off drugs and out of gangs.
yeah,
We also talked about peer pressure, teen pregnancy, AIDS, guns. I mean, I actually got a kid to go to the counselor and tell him, "Hey, I know that this kid has a gun in his locker."
wow,
I
yeah.
mean, that's the kind of thing that happened after we did our concerts. Because I did a lot of talking. It wasn't just playing music. We opened up with a song with the dancers and the pyrotechnics and smoke and costumes and choreography. And then I would talk for like 10 or 12 minutes. And then, and you can only talk so much. And then boom, we go into another song and keep it going. And then boom, talk for another 10 minutes,
Hmm.
reaching out to the kids. And the show was an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was very inspirational, and I do know that your doctorate is in education, which is
Yes.
it's it's a noble profession being a teacher, especially now that there's so much stuff being put on teachers nowadays, and
I know a lot of teachers because they were in my classes when I
mhm,
was doing the doctorate. And the thing is, my bachelor was in psychology,
mhm,
and then my master's in education. And I was actually thinking about do a PhD in psychology and maybe becoming a psychologist. But
mhm.
my professors talked me out of it. They were like, no, no, don't do that. You can reach a lot more people if you do the PhD in education and stay doing the music because you'll be stuck in an office and you'll be sitting there counseling people and they'll go out and do the same thing again and then come back. Oh, I did this. She goes,
Uh,
believe me, I used to do it. She goes, don't do it. And they talked me out of it. And that's why I did the education organization leadership because of my professors.
there you go. I taught remedial math for juniors and seniors in high school for 2 years. Um,
I remember you told me that.
yeah,
Yep.
I sure did.
And to keep that interesting too, you
It,
know?
it was different. It wasn't my calling. It wasn't what I wanted to do. I only did it because I was actually a substitute teacher. But the teacher that I replaced, she was on maternity leave, so we ended up asking to stay for the rest of the year. so I stayed for the rest of the year. And the following year, there was another teacher who went on maternity leave at the week before school. So they have, when you're a substitute teacher, they keep your number. You have an associate.
Your audio's kind of going down.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, that's better.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, much better.
they kept my number, and then they called me back the following year and said, "Hey, do you mind teaching?" Okay, but I taught for the whole year. The same class. I was like, I don't
Can you
know.
imagine the lives you changed there?
You know what? You don't realize how what kind of effect you have when you're a teacher. You really, I didn't, at least until they come back to you,
Yeah.
and you have to understand that everybody has their favorite teacher story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a favorite teacher story, and yeah, I've had former students stop me like at the grocery store, and they're like married, and they have their kids and stuff, and and they tell me how, because it was remedial math is kind of hard. These kids, they get put in these classes, and then it's bad enough that you get put into classes called remedial math, which is pretty much everybody in school. But anyway, it's just this one's the one with a title, and then they get picked on for it and everything else, and so they don't want to be there. So what I would do is uh, uh, I would teach them a phrase in because I'm a polyglot, so I speak 7 languages, and so I would teach them a phrase in one of the 6 languages, and so
Get closer, Lawrence.
I said
There you are.
I would teach them a phrase in one of the 6 languages that I speak, and so that way that's how I would break the ice. Every day I would put something up on the board, and they would have to try to pronounce it. So you know, just
Yeah, they
kind of
call that icebreakers. Having that little trick, right?
yeah, and it was fun. The kids enjoyed it, and I did too, and that's how I did it. So it was pretty cool.
Well, because I was pre-med, I had to take, of course, all the algebras. I had to take trigonometry, calculus, and statistics. I was like,
Yay, statistics!
oh, I had to do all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, buddy, he's a math teacher in college, so you know
Oh, I
he's
didn't know that. I don't think
he's,
you mentioned that.
he's a math professor, and actually he's one of the highest rated math professors there in Dallas, and the colleges there. I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah, he says "Lover to Lover" is on YouTube. It didn't have time to show it on the show, so that's he didn't know it was there. So,
Hey,
well,
we'll do another show, buddy, when I go do another album.
but see, if you were like me, buddy, you would be prepared and already have it ready.
Uh-oh.
I'm teasing him. I know I'm going to see him this weekend, so
Yeah, hey, that's right. We'll see everybody.
yeah, we'll see everybody.
It'll
So
be a big reunion.
yeah, we could have dinner or something, have some lunch. That would be
Cool.
cool. I was going to ask you, what else do you have aside from this Patsy Torres? I mean, the Patsy Klein things you have coming up. I know you said something about the some of the celebrations that you're going to be having in December. But anything else that you have pertinent that's
Well,
coming
there
up?
is another public one. It's December 6th. It's the Christian Chamber of San Antonio Christmas Gala. And I'm doing that December 6th. And that is open to the public if you're in San Antonio or the surrounding areas. And also, Roman Garcia, the comedian, is going to be emceeing and doing his thing. So it's really going to be fun, and I'm actually going to do my little comedy act that I learned when I was doing Kleto's show. It was a comedy competition. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you told me about it, but I didn't remember all the details.
Well,
That's
I won it, and but I used it with music. I made comedy with music. So these people that booked me for this Christmas gala, they saw that. They said, "We want you to do that at the Christmas gala." So I'm gonna have to do a costume change and do this little 10-minute comedy thing for them too, on top of the
on top.
regular show and the dance and everything else. So it'll be fun. So if you want to come celebrate on Christmas, December 6th, San Antonio at the Aggie Park uh, facility. It's a gorgeous facility. It's beautiful.
See that, buddy? He's an Aggie, so he should be inspired to go to that one. Big Texas A&M person. Yeah, I know you've done lots of stuff. Hawaii, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Okinawa, which is Japan, Guam. You went to Germany, Italy,
Yep.
Spain, Greece, Turkey, Mexico, and China. So I mean,
Oh,
you got you have your passport stamped in a lot of different places, but that just goes to show how versatile your music is and how much you've been able to do in your career, in your
I
life.
actually have two passports because I have my Mexico and my United States because I'm a dual citizenship.
A dual citizenship.
I wanted to honor my father, Mexicano de San Luis Potosí, Mexico, and so I got my dual citizenship.
Well, that's awesome, But it's awesome that you were out there to. I know some of that was with the military and stuff, and that's always something to help. I know that's one of the reasons I even started this radio station because in all the chaos, the times that we were able to decompress and just kind of have to ourselves, the one thing that brought me home was music. It was music inspires you in so many different ways. You'd be surprised how it can you can recall certain smells or certain tastes just by listening to music, and it's one of the wonderful things of having it. And so, and when I was enlisted, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't, our communication was very limited in what we could do. And so, just having, I had a little CD player, and that was it. Just a CD player and a cassette player. But however long those batteries lasted, that was it. And so, like, what people don't know is when you're out there, they do have a PX, like a store, but it's actually it's an 18 wheeler, is what it is, and
Mm.
it goes around to these different safe zones, and you get to the safe. If you're in the safe zone, it'll pull up, and then you can the back opens up, and then you walk in like a store, and it's got everything on there. And if you're one of the first ones on there, that's cool because they have everything. But if you're one of the last ones, you just have like
Whatever's left.
diet Sprite or something. You don't have anything left in there. But they also had the telephone booth there, so that way you could call home. You know, and so it was one of those things. It was a different time. It was different. And I see some of the people today in the military that they take pictures and they post all this other stuff from where they're at. We were never allowed to do any of that. We weren't allowed to take pictures. We weren't allowed to do any of that.
I
So
told you before, thank you so much for your service.
thank you.
All the on Veterans Day, actually, we did a concert on Veterans Day for the veterans out at Mission County Park, and
Mhm.
that was beautiful. We even did Soldier Boy.
Oh my gosh.
We did Soldier Boy, oh my little soldier. Oh, they loved it. It was so cute. I did it with Melba Matis and Margie Pacheco.
And you also you do some mariachi music. I know you've done.
Yeah.
You've always stayed true to your roots and doing mariachi, and stuff. And one of the things that I always keep forgetting to mention this, and it's that you also performed with the San Antonio Pops. You performed
Yes.
with the symphony and also
Yes.
the wasn't it Laredo Symphony as well? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you've covered the gamut of the musical world really, and it's so wonderful to have somebody like you as a source of information and inspiration for the people that are starting out, because I know several artists that have reached out to me and they've talked about how you have helped them, in talking to them and giving them inspiration and everything else, and it's great
Yeah.
that you are, that way. I've always said it's because it's in your nature. You have, that's part of your education that you have, you know people forget that, you know uh, um, father and mother is actually, a loose translation of teacher. And so father, especially father, is teacher actually. The way that the word evolved, it evolved from teacher. And so we should always remember that's who we are, especially when it comes to children, that we are their teachers. That's who they're going to learn from the most.
We're meant to learn, and one of the things I live by was, and I always quote Gandhi. He said, "Live life like you're going to die tomorrow, but learn like you're going to live forever."
Mhm.
And what it says is, it's like vive con ganas, but also don't be like, "Oh, I'm too old to learn that," or "Oh, it's too late." No, just do it, learn it, and think outside the box. I think that's what's kept me the longevity in music because I love so many different kinds of music. So when they go, let's do rock and roll. Hey, I'm rocking. And then let's do mariachi. I've got my traje, and
Mhm.
I call it my cultural armor when I put my traje on because I just feel that Mexican heritage, and I hold my head up high with my sombrero, and I just love to sing the mariachi music with my beautiful trajes. I've got two of them. So I
Mhm.
love doing that. And then, then I do pop music. I do the country. I do Patsy Fine. I do the 60s when I did the Dreamliners.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Dreamliners with Melba Mares and with Edna Rodarte and also Rebecca Valadez. And
Others, yeah.
people love that, and we were doing little Scooby Doo stuff. And for me, it's fun. Music, when words fail, music speaks. And that's I've seen that over and over and over how I've been able to reach people, and maybe not me, God does it through us.
Mhm.
Music's That's a gift from God,
Yeah.
and so it's beautiful. That's my faith.
Yeah. Most definitely. My grandfather used to say, uh, "You should learn every day. The day that you don't learn should be the day that you die." And
Yeah.
that's it. So you should strive to learn every day, and it's it's been one of my mainstays. And I mean I have 4 college degrees, so I kind of literally took it for real. So, like, let me learn some more.
But they can't take your education away from you.
No, they can't. That's
And education changes you. It changes the way you look at yourself, the way you look at others, the way you look at the world. That's the beauty of education.
it
It's
opens
not
your
just a
eyes.
piece of paper.
Yeah, it opens your eyes to critical thinking. A lot of people don't have critical thinking; they just think one way.
That's
Music.
what Noticias Falsas was all about
Yeah.
because these people would read something and go, oh my gosh, and then retweet or and comment on it, and it was a lie.
Hmm.
A lot of that. And I see it every day. Oh my gosh.
You can use it. I usually tell, like I would tell my kids that I was like, which ones they are because they're the ones that are I call them the parking prowlers because they keep going in a circle in the parking lot, keep going. Like they have to have this one spot, or they have to be this far away from the door. The whole rest of the parking lot is empty, but they want to be in this one aisle, and they keep going, or they're like stuck there because they want to take a left turn and nobody's giving them an opportunity. There's other ways of getting there. It's not just one way.
Oh, like when they hold up everybody just because they don't want to go around the corner. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones, and you're like, there's more than one way, kiddo. You could just go down and come around.
Some
That's,
people.
but sometimes that's the mentality they get into these ruts and stuff like that. But education is wonderful. It's awesome, and everything else. And I'm so glad that you're able to reach out to the people that you do because I mean, Stephanie Martinez. She's expressed to me how much you've helped her out,
Oh, yeah. She's
and
a sweetie.
yeah, she is. She just had her
One
baby.
female vocalist for the new female vocalist for the Guadalupe Awards.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
that's right.
Congratulations. And
Yeah.
she'll be there at the top. Again, reunion. We'll get
Hmm.
to see everybody on Friday.
That's right. Joanna Ray, she's nominated
Yes, Joanna.
for new artist of the year, and she's going to be there. And and she mentions you as well. Her mom
And
just
that's so hard when I hear these girls that I admire so much, and then they're all running against each other.
you're like, well, but it's good to see that it's gotten to that point. I think it's really wonderful. Let's go ahead and take a listen to Vive con Ganas, so that way we can listen to another song from your album, and to inspire people to go out and get the album. The whole album is available. By the way, if you're listening to us on the radio app or on the website, you'll see a little add to cart button pop up. You can click on the add to cart button, and it'll take you to Apple Music, and you can buy the music there. Buy her albums. All of her albums going to be available there. I don't make any money from that transaction, but because I participate in a program, I do get a discount on my licenses. We are a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, BMIC, Second SOCOR. So, you know,
Beautiful.
at least this way you can buy it and it's yours, and you're not renting the song. It's your song. You can put
Oh,
it on
they
your phone.
sing the song.
Yes, that's what it is. So, Vive con Ganas from Dr. Patsy Torres. That is the one and only Dr. Patsy Torres. This is Vive con Ganas, and I'm just Indio here on Qvo Radio.
Todos, todos a bailar
cumbia, pero con ganas. ¡Ay!
Estamos juntos para gozar de estos momentos. Hay hora de olvidar tus arrepentimientos. Esta cumbia moverá tus caderas. Hay ritmo en tu ser y vas a entender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Ay, 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 ay. Nunca te rindas hasta el último aliento. Ten compasión y fe y agradecimiento. Cada día es un regalo del Señor. Solo tienes que creer y vas a comprender que la música es vida y amor. Abre tu corazón, escucha mi canción. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Todos cantan conmigo. Ganas. Vamos a cantar con ganas. Vamos a gozar con ganas. Vamos a bailar con ganas. Vamos a celebrar. Vamos a vivir con ganas. Vamos a compartir con ganas. Vamos a reír y sobrevivir. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas. Vive, vive, vive con ganas. Siempre aprecia tus relaciones cercanas y agradece tus mañanas. Vivir con ganas es hacer lo que amas y así vive con ganas.
Vive con ganas. The title of that new album that you have out. We were talking about Noticias Faltas. That's from your Dame Tu Corazón album, the previous
Yes.
album, which you did win a Tejano Music Award for Album of the
Album
Year.
of the year, yeah.
So just so that way, and I got to catch up because I was like, why aren't my things? My tick is counting, but I'm not seeing my the for some reason the messages aren't coming up. So let me catch up.
Oh,
real quick.
yeah.
So we've got quite a few. I'm sorry, we have
Well,
quite,
actually, the Vive con Ganas got Album of the Year with the Tejano Superstar
yeah,
Awards.
yeah, All Star Awards. Yeah.
All Stars, yes, Tejano All Stars. Yeah, they got Album of the Year for that one, so that was awesome.
So Randy Gutierrez says Patsy is the best. Proud to be her sax player. Or we already talked about that one.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, Gil Cortez says hello, Patsy.
Oh, Gil.
Yes, the beautiful Grand Prairie, Texas. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
And let's see here.
He's my Facebook friend.
Yeah. See here. I'm trying to go through all of these. There's the booking.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know what happened to it. Vivian Chavez says, beautiful song vocals, Patsy Torres. Gracias, señor, de
Thank
verdad.
you, Vivian.
Beatriz says, "Amen, sister." And Annette Butler says, "We love Patsy."
Oh, Annette, I love her. And Angel Miranda,
Yeah,
another fantastic singer, upcoming, and
yeah.
does beautiful country too. Ooh.
Beatriz says, "Yes, it's going to be amazing." But we bring back a few hits. Gavino Perez is in the house. How are you doing, Gavino? He
Oh,
says hello, Lawrence and Patsy Torres, and Dorinda says, "Vive Patsy Torres."
thank you, Dorinda. And Gavino, we met at a school show. He
Oh,
was a student.
see,
And he just started, and it started with back then. He would write letters. It started with letters,
uh-huh.
and then he was like, "Well, when are you gonna?" And then he had my phone number, so we would talk, and then whenever I was in the area, he would show up. And here he ends up being a promoter, and he's
Yeah,
been nominated in all kinds of award shows now.
yes,
So
sure
proud
has.
of you, Gavino.
Very, very much. Lorenzo Rodriguez, he says that Patsy Torres, a beautiful voice. Gavino says, "Oh, my amiga Patsy, thank you so very much. Love you, amiga."
Love
Uh,
you too.
Joe A.D. Martinez says, Tejano Legends of Dallas, administrator for Joe A.D. Martinez in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so very much for joining us, Joe. Mika
Thank
Rivas.
you, Joe.
Holy, hello.
Who?
Hola. Mika Rivas, she's the accordionist who she just recorded a song with
Oh, Mila, yes.
she's
I met her. Oh, she's fantastic. We're
she's
supposed to talk. Remember, girl, you're supposed to call me. I didn't
she's
even
got
remember.
she's got a beautiful smile as well.
Oh,
And
what a
uh,
talent.
yeah, one of
Again,
the
look what we got for the future.
right,
You know,
definitely.
people say, oh, Tejano music. No, look, we've got all these wonderful artists.
Yes, and one of the vocal powerhouses of Tejano music is the Geneva Salas Monjares. She says, "Amiga hermosa, so proud of
And
you."
Geneva is a Grammy nominee. Geneva, I'm so proud of you, girl.
She's also she was a Grammy mentor for Grammy University as well. So that's one of the awesome things that And she's just
We're,
all over the place. We
she's
love her. Yeah.
fantastic.
She is fantastic. Beautiful voice. Lucy
Thank
Lopez says, with the diversity in your career, in your music, in your career, music, comedy, acting, and your community involvement, will you ever consider attempting for turning in for a political office for San Antonio or Texas?
They have approached me on that.
Hmm.
Um, I, unless it could be something where I could really make a difference, because I understand it would be very time consuming. I understand they'll attack,
Yeah.
and then what party would I go with? I don't know. Would I be an independent? Um, and then I'd probably say so much they'll probably try to assassinate me because I'm going to say it like it is because I'll be fighting for my people.
Why?
So
Why
I
hide?
don't know. I don't. You know, I never try to say I'll be here in 2 years or 5 years. To me, God tells me what to do.
Mhm.
I gave my life to Him, and if God said, "Okay, I want you to be in politics," well, then I would go. But um, yeah, they've been asking me for years to do that.
Yeah. You
So
just you
I guess
just
not the right positions come up yet.
Gabe.
President, okay, I'll do president.
That remember that guy he was running during Obama when Obama was running for president, and he was a black guy out of New York. He was running for the Rent Too Damn High party. That was his party. That they were,
I don't remember that.
party. What party are you from? He's the Rent Too Damn High party. That's what his party. I was like, okay. Gabe Montes. He says, "Hi, Patsy.
Hi, Gabe.
Hopefully we can bring back some positive force tour
Yeah.
somehow because it's such an amazing and inspiring show that you do for the kids. That's the name of your show that you used to have. That was you would go to the schools.
Yes,
Yeah.
now I've made it into a nonprofit, so it's called the Positive Force Tour Programs,
Mhm.
and so it involves me speaking, it involves the band, and also a puppet show
Oh wow.
because people kept when I started doing the high schools, it was such a big impact, and the kids. I mean, we reached millions of kids, and then they said, well, what about the middle schools? And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, but they're just little. And they said, no, they've got all the same problems as the high schools. And they were right. So I did literally the same show for the middle schools. But then they go, what about the elementary schools? What about them? So I put together a little mini show that was just me and two dancers
Mhm.
and did a little show for the elementaries like that. Then they go, what about the little pre-kinder? You're leaving them out. And I was like, what?
Wow.
So I made a puppet show. It's
I
called
actually,
Patsy and Friends.
I actually do have a puppet. I have two of them actually. Two
Do you do
Muppet.
puppet shows?
Well, I would do them for my granddaughter. So
They love puppets.
yeah, I would make YouTube videos for my granddaughter and do the whole thing. I did skits. I would all, and it's mostly ABCs and all these other deals and
Yes, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're doing ABCs, you're doing colors, you're doing food, you're doing be nice and talk about bullies and exercise, mind your parents,
yeah,
and it's real cute. And what's so neat when I do that, the kids, they just see me as a person. They don't see like Patsy Torres, the singer or whatever.
yeah,
So I win them over just like that with the puppets, because
yeah,
I'm singing with the puppets, interacting with the kids, and it came out fantastic. It's a little 30-minute puppet show.
yeah. I need to send you some of the videos that I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria Perez says she's number one. There you go.
Oh, Vicky, you're number one, Vicky. Vicky is also a singer.
Yeah, from where? Wait.
She's in San Antonio. She has an album also,
Hmm.
but it's not Tejano. It's different. It's more of a salsa, right, Vicky? More salsa, international.
Jesse Rogers says, Boy George from your amiga here in Big D. Congratulations, Patsy. Love
They
her.
remember when I started out. I do little props. I did Boy George. I do props when I did Madonna. I'd put on gloves. But Boy George, I would put feathers in my hair and I'd put that like a kimono. You
Uh-huh.
know,
Yeah, that's
do
funny.
you really want to hurt me?
Yes, I do. No, just kidding.
How?
Just play. Josie Rogers says, yeah, that Boy George. That's who it was here in Big D.
Yeah.
Angel Miranda
Hi,
Martinez.
Angel. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Annette's daughter.
love you, mamas. Looking great as
Oh,
always. Uh,
bless you, sister.
Lucy says, I'd vote for Patsy. Done. And Melba Romo says, puppets. Yes, puppets. Yeah. And I would do the voices and everything else I have to.
Yes.
Mickey the
Well, I
monkey.
had I had a puppeteer. This guy, he was a professional, like a Sesame Street type guy.
Mhm.
And I'm talking about the puppets and the hands and everything and all the voices. But he moved away, so now I have family members doing it. But but it's fun, and people are like, why do you do that? But that's just part of. I guess I'm kind of ADHD. I have to be doing things and different things, and it's got to be interesting, but it's got to be doing a service because I'm an edutainer. Remember,
Right,
so it's
definitely.
got to have edutainment. So they're having fun. The little kids are clapping and singing and dancing, and they're like 4 or 5. So
Yeah.
cute.
And it gets their attention and it kind of leaves an impression as well, especially when they see it as opposed to seeing it on TV. When they see it live,
Oh, the teachers told me a year later the kids were still singing the songs and talking about the puppets and everything they learned because
yeah, it's
music does that,
yeah, it is impactful. Gabe Montes says, congratulations on all of your awards, my dear friend.
Thank you,
And
Gabe.
Maria Victoria Perez says, Flamingo rock and salsa and merengue Patsy.
Yeah, that's what she does all of that.
Okay, so that's the ones. Those are all of her genres and everything else. You know what? I did want to go ahead and get in "Baila como la culebra."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that was one of the songs I know we talked about. We pushed it a lot. We spent a lot of time on the charts, and I know it was on the charts here for quite some time. And you know,
And I think you remember we discussed that there was some little hidden
hmm
messages in the Culebra. And I can say it now because it's been out a long time. But the Culebra was actually it's about these politicians, not all politicians,
right.
but there's so many of them. They speak with a forked tongue. And they hypnotize you with their talk and their charisma, and the next thing you know, you're dancing and moving right with them, right step with them, and that's what the Calabra was about. And it's
Yeah,
kind of a warning too.
yeah, and it's unfortunate because it's very, very true. And
Yeah.
the more we know, I always tell people we should be reading books instead of banning books. And so,
Yeah.
um, I
That's so relaxing just to read a book, go to bed and start reading a book.
yeah, and it's well, and I read all kinds of books. My favorite author is Alexander Dumas, who wrote The Three Musketeers and
Oh,
D'Artagnan.
wow.
He was it's very whimsical, very romanticism from the French romanticisms of the 1600s. And what people don't
Count of
realize,
Monte Cristo.
yeah, the Count of Monte Cristo. What people don't realize is Alexander Dumas was actually black, and so he was a black Frenchman. People don't realize that the Moors, who were black, had actually occupied Spain and France for 800 years. They didn't just disappear, you know.
Yeah.
So they were very much there, and so you'll see it in, like, if you watch the the wigs that the lawyers use in the formal court, the white wigs. If you look
Yes.
at it actually resembles the same wig that they would adorn the Egyptian god of Isis. It's the same hair formation that they have there. It's
Mm.
very influenced by black
Now
people.
that I didn't know.
Yeah, people don't. Yeah, well, the banjo was invented by the black man. That's a lot of country music is based from black music in itself. And
I knew about the white wigs and the English that they would wear and the makeup, and a lot of that was because they had STDs and they were covering up that they were losing hair and that they had little sores, so they would wear makeup and wear wigs and.
the white is there's this. It's, if you actually look at it, Elizabeth I, she was actually what they called swath. The word swath, the Old English word swath, means she was dark skinned, and so she wore a lot of white makeup. And that was where that trend came from. She would make her literally white, but she was actually of dark skin. So, and many people theorize that she was a black descendant. But to say that of a queen, because then iconography came along, and if you look at some of the paintings from the 1600s or 1500s, you're going to see that their hands, like their fingertips, look like they were dipped in ink, but they're actually, because the original painting was black and they painted white over the painting to change the color of the people. And that's whitewashing. That's where we get whitewashing from.
Wow.
There you go. Everybody owes me $5. I just taught you something.
$5. $5.
Just don't listen to me, but it's true. You can look it up yourself. Look into history, where it comes from. People don't realize that all of this is actually all part of the whole of who we are. This is what made us as humans. And like my grandfather said, the world is full of people, but very few humans. So strive to be good to each other. That's what we should do. So, Baila como la culebra from Dr. Patsy Torres. It's going to go like this.
Baila como la culebra, aviso. Baila como la culebra, aviso. Todo el mundo estaba bailando con la música sin parar. Lo vi por primera vez cuando el viejo y comenzó a bailar. Empezó a mover su cuerpo al ritmo de esta cumbia caliente. Entonces sus caderas suelto y meneó como una serpiente. Él es como una culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra. Ay, cómo te mueves. Su cuerpo estaba culebreando de su cintura a su pecho, lado en lado, arriba y abajo, el baile hipnótico de su cuerpo. más cerca, pude ver que era otra cosa. Con su mirada te encantará y su mordida es venenosa. Él es como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra. Ah, ah, ah. Todos están en trance aquí, moviendo como él, así, así, así. Estás apretando aquí y allí, buscando a su presa. El juego empieza en la culebra. Baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, ay, 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 ay. Baile suavecito, baile despacito, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra, baila como la culebra.
There you go. Nice, real quick. Mercy Pettis says, "Hello, sister. How are you doing?"
Hey, Mercy.
And you know who else wants to say hello? It's Molly the dragon. Hello.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
How cute.
So special to meet you.
We used
Oh, that's great.
to- so
Oh, I love that. I want to say hi to Melba Romo too, because she's the one that started the the promotions of the little puppet show.
mm,
We did it at all. She was working with Head Start. And we did it for all the Head Starts, and she was the one that was telling me that they were still singing Baby Lala's song for a year, and that's for little kids to remember like that.
I used to do this whole.
Oh, that is so cute.
So
Want a gift?
no, I don't. So, it was one of those things. It was really fun when I did it. You know,
Mouth to mouth. Wow. Dragon breath.
dragon. You know, and but you know, my grandkids loved it. So wow, I
Oh,
only
of
have
course. They love that. And they want to touch him and hug him and kiss him. And yeah, so cute.
so yeah.
So, Melba, we're going to do the puppet show again.
It's like we found a puppet. It's just one of those. Just real quick, I just want to remind everybody that the QR code up there is for Patsy's merch, and also she's got a show coming up here pretty quick, which is going to
There
be
it is.
Texas Pride Barbecue and Honky Tonk presents Patsy Torres, a tribute to Patsy Cline, and it's Saturday night, November 30th. You can get your tickets at texaspridebarbecue.net or call the number 210-649-3730. There's also a QR code there to go ahead and you know, it's a go in and watch the show and see the great show. Melba says yes.
And they have a big giant, it's a big giant facility. It is, I mean, it's real hot. It's a big, like an event center, that place. Because,
Yeah,
you know, you'd say Texas Pride Barbecue, and you think it's like a little place, and it's giant.
right.
So, but we do have a lot of the tables, the VIP tables are being bought up. So you do want to call in and get reservations, and I will be celebrating my birthday
There you go.
also.
So
So we're gonna have some cake out there too.
be sure you go out there and check her out for sure because it's a great show. We were actually planning on having it next week because she was going to show up in makeup, but this is one of the things we had to switch it around so that way she could make the show and you know we both have busy schedules and you know whatever I could do for Dr. Patsy to get her on the show, of course, love to have her here.
Love
We've
to be here.
we've come to that part of the show where we just give it over to you, sweetheart, to go ahead and do your well wishes and you know and your shout outs and all that other stuff and you know to whatever it is that you want to say. You know, it's just completely you unobligated and also remind you to click on that QR code because that is the official Patsy Torres website. You can go there and check it out. So with that being said, Dr. Patsy Torres, it's all for you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Lawrence. I don't want to thank. I want to thank everyone that's watching. I want to thank the people that made all the sweet comments. Thank you so much. I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm here because of you all, your support, your love, your caring. I really appreciate it. And I do invite you, if you're in the area, come celebrate my birthday with me on November 30th at the Texas Pride Barbecue Event Center. It's a big giant place. I'll be doing my Patsy Cline tribute. It's called Sweet Dreams of Patsy, November 30th. Uh, Music starts at 8 o'clock. Also, I'm doing a Christmas gala on December 6th that is also open to the public. And I have all the information on my Facebook. And that one is it's a Christmas gala, so that's also going to be wonderful. The rest of them are mostly private. Will also be singing at the Jimenez Thanksgiving giveaway, the Thanksgiving sharing, which is on Thanksgiving Day. I'll be there in the morning, donating my time and celebrating, giving thanks on that day also. So just a lot of stuff. I'm writing more songs, and maybe some have hidden messages. You know how I like to do that. But thank you again. God bless you. The holidays are coming up, so I love Christmas, and I have so much to be thankful for. I have a wonderful Christmas album. You can get it off of my website. It's called "I've Got That Christmas Spirit," and I know you do too. So, wishing you all the best. Always do your best. Do it with kindness. And God bless all of you. And Lawrence, thank you for having me here and giving me time.
Well, thank you for being here, Dr. Patty. I really do appreciate you being here, and it's wonderful. It's always wonderful. This is your house. You can come back anytime that you
Thank
want
you.
to. Real quickly, Maria Victoria Perez says, Happy birthday on the 30th. Vivian Chavez says, once again,
Thank you.
great interview. Thank you so very much, Vivian. I appreciate you. Mercy Perez says, Happy birthday, Dr.
Oh, thank
Patsy.
you, sister.
And Vivian also says, God bless you, Patsy, as well. And
God
music
bless you.
is awesome interview. Thank you so very much. Also want to remind you to go and check out Music Beat Tejano Rhythm magazine.
Yes.
And also for the, let's see here, that's the Patsy merch that's up there. And let me do this for bookings.
Where's that
Please.
sound? Where's that sound?
That's me. Sorry. For bookings, that's go to
Where's
call.
that sound you always do? The magic sound.
That's the
There you go.
so be sure you go and check out for bookings, call and text Elvira Cavazos at 210-287-3752. And also I can put in another one, November 30th, Saturday, the tribute to Patsy Cline. Call now, 210-649-3730. And so those are two numbers that you go ahead and make sure that you have those. And so that way you get all the information that you want to. And the official website of Dr. Patsy Torres.
Thank you.
So very much for being here. I want to appreciate. I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all. I'm so happy that y'all guys are here. That you
Yes.
were able to join us. Once again, I apologize for the mix up on the chat. I have to read it over here on this screen instead of that screen. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and leave you with "All I Want for Christmas" from Dr. Patsy Torres from the
Oh,
Christmas.
thank you.
It's a Christmas song. We got to get into that Christmas spirit.
It's off the Christmas album.
It's off the Christmas album, and it's available there. Go to the website, or you can go ahead and get it at the merch her merch store there in the website. So
PatsyTorres.com.
PatsyTorres.com. There on the bottom, you can see it says official website, PatsyTorres.com.
Official.
Yeah, that's where it'll take y'all. Thank you so very much, Dr. Patsy. I really do
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Lawrence.
And anytime that you need anything, I'm here for you. Just know that. And even
I
Molly,
appreciate you. And I will see you Friday.
I will see you Friday. Molly, I'll see you later.
Woohoo!
Uh, with that being said, thank you so very much, each and every one of you. And if today was not your day, if you had a bad day today, just remember every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are enough. You matter. And you are loved. And so, thank you so very much, guys. I appreciate you. We'll see you on Thursday. I think I have Los Arcos Hermanos Peña on Thursday. So, come in and join me for that one. And either way, good luck. I hope you win on your awards that you've been nominated for. I've been
I'll be
nominated.
there to present.
I've been nominated for Numbskull of the Year, so I don't know if I'll win. I just, it's,
I'll just be happy to see you and all my friends there.
thank you so very much. That's the only reason I'm going is just to show my support for for the fans. If you are a new artist or if you are a new band and you want your information or your songs to be heard, please send it into admin@qvoradio.net. It has to have two things. First, it has to be recorded by industry standards. That's just so that way everybody can hear it the same. And the
Mhm.
second thing is it has to have an ISRC code that is for you so that way you can get your royalties. Awesome. So very much. Once again, Patsy, thank you so very much, sweetheart. We're
Thank
gonna
you so very much.
All I Want for Christmas Is You from Patsy's Christmas album. It's available now. You can go
Yes.
and buy it now, buy the whole album. And if you buy it, it's yours. So you're not renting it, it's actually yours. And so that's pretty awesome as well. And we'll see y'all next time. Thank you so very much.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Take back the holly and mistletoe, silver bells on a string. If I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I would ask for just one thing. I don't need sleigh rides in the snow. Don't want a Christmas that's blue. Take back the tinsel, stockings and bows, 'cause all I want for Christmas is you. I don't need expensive things, they don't matter to me. All that I want can't be found underneath the Christmas tree. You are my angel atop my tree. You are my dream come true. Santa can't bring me what I need, 'cause all I want for Christmas is you. Oh, I don't need expensive things, they don't matter to me. Oh, all that I need can't be found underneath the Christmas tree. You are my angel atop my tree. You are my dream come true. Santa can't bring me